Hello and welcome back, everybody. I'm, of course, Cobra X, and not live, of course, like always. But oh well. Yes, it's been over a month, almost 2 months at this point. But you know what? I'm sorry for everything. Shit happens. I couldn't make videos, and I want to get back into this. So let's just go over the last couple months or whatever, since March 7th actually, since he's been franchise tagged. That would be Lamar Jackson. And slash the Ravens activity since then, and kind of like in order of how everything's going to be or has gone down so far. And let's get right to it. We got, all the different quarterback deals. Him being franchise tagged, of course, for $32.4 million. That's to keep in mind that he has not signed anything. So it's just a number at that point. But regardless, it has to be against the cap. So even though he did not sign anything yet, it's still against the cap. Anyways, whatever. Nothing's happened since then on him. He has not signed an extension, of course. We would all be more, joyous and happy, and everything would be right in the world. So, anyways, I'm going to do a little bit of breakdown of the quarterbacks that have yet since been signed since his offer of last year. Most recently being Jalen Hurts. But Jalen got similar to Lamar's offer last year, September, I believe. Reported. Lamar says those faults, that he didn't get any of that, whatever. But we're going off of that. Jalen got a deal of $255, 5-year, with $179 million guaranteed, total guarantees, with $110 million guaranteed at signing. Fully guaranteed. $110 million fully guaranteed. Which, put this into perspective, Lamar Jackson's was 5 years for rumored $250 million, $200 million of that in guaranteed money, $133 million fully guaranteed, according to sources. We had Geno Smith sign $105 million guaranteed, $27 million at signing, and Daniel Jones with his $82 million fully guaranteed contract for $160 million for 4 years for him. We had Derek Carr sign $150. So all these guys, obviously all of these guys, I think every single one of them, besides probably Jalen Hurts, are not as good of a quality quarterback, let's just say that, as Lamar Jackson is. So obviously those guys are going to get paid less money, but just in comparison, those guys got their contracts, so he is also higher than all those guys too, based off of those numbers. But yet again, nothing's been updated since then on his talks. Now, I'm going to talk about since that signing, or since the franchise tag, not exclusive, I should say, not exclusive franchise tag signing and stuff like that, and all that going down with all the contract extensions and contracts in general with quarterbacks. So far, for the most part, plus we have Aaron Rodgers now with the Jets, so Jets no longer in the running for a Lamar Jackson anyways. And so we have things that will happen a little bit later down the line. We had Nelson Angler. Sorry about that. I can't believe that. He's a decent wide receiver. He's been in the league for, what, 8 years, somewhere in there? I remember with the Eagles vaguely, and then with the Patriots most recently. I think it was with the Raiders as well for like a year or so. But anyways, he's all right. He has a drop issue and slash he stays healthy most of the time, but he has recently been like injured a few times. But that's gonna happen. But he got a 1 year, $3.2 million deal. So and that was towards the end of March, I believe. And what happened was, which I'm going to talk a little bit about, is Lamar's like tweets. For one, the things that happened, when it happened, like the one where he basically said his goodbyes and everything else to the fans, and says, here's a link to stay in contact with me that way, and yeah, that happened at the same exact time Harbaugh decided to go live in Arizona when he was down in the conference, taking questions, and that tweet came out the exact moment that he pretty much went live, because I was watching the live, then that popped up on my screen on my phone, and then I was like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on right now. We're really doing this, Lamar? I can't believe, like, somebody must have been there timed, because if he was not there or whatever, then somebody must have given him information, or he just knew exact time that he was going to sit down. I mean, as soon as asked to seat, man, he was already, just got tweeted, like, boom, boom, already up. Just, according to my notifications, it's about as fast as boom, boom, it was there. But anyways, we also have stuff like his contract, him saying like all cap. It's not what you think it is. I don't need an agent, stuff like that. Well, my opinion, I think if he had an agent, I think he's doing pretty well. I think without one, but we'll see, because there's still, you have no idea what the heck's going on. No idea. But I think Lamar's pretty smart with things, and he don't technically need one, although having one right now would probably have had the deal done by now, I would assume, unless he's just waiting for something else to happen, in which case then, so yeah. I have no idea why he's acting like that. But then after, like I said, done nothing for a little while. After he releases that, nothing's going on, and they're like, all right, there's no way, it's done deal, whatever. Then OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., glad that you're going to be nice and healthy for us, because he decides to sign a contract that I don't think anybody will refuse after coming off of his injuries and stuff like that in the last couple seasons, which was the $15 million. It was $18 million deal, 15 fully guaranteed at signing, with the incentives to get $3 extra million. And here's the breakdown on that: receptions. 30 receptions gets you $250,000, that is. And then 40, 500, 50, 750, a milli if you get to 60, or you lead the team in receptions. So if he gets 42 receptions, but he has the most, game over. He gets that automatically. Yards too, like all these $3 million, I think, if with Lamar or whoever behind the wheel, I think he can get all of this. So anyways, touchdown or yards, we'll go yards next. $250,000 for 250 yards. 500, you guessed it, 500,000 for 500 yards. 750,000 for 1 million. And when you got touchdowns, you got 250,000, 3 touchdowns. Again, another pattern. 500,000 for 5, 750 for 7, and 9 touchdowns, which I think that's possible for Odell Beckham as of right now, him being the cut clear number 1. Bateman's going to do well. I think Duvernay, Prochet, those guys are going to be doing awesome too, but OBJ is definitely going to be the number 1 as he's getting paid to do so. Bateman, I think he's going to have a lot better season. You're going to see things from him that you haven't seen yet. He has not even reached his potential because he's been injured so much. So, that's okay. He's still young. We're good there too. But anyways, $1 million for 9 touchdowns. Now I think all that's going to happen, and then everything we rejoice, and he's just, lately Lamar has sent a tweet out tonight, actually. This was a few hours ago, since I'm posting late at night. It's technically morning, 12:30, but, hey, late night party. Anyways, I'm gonna say that it's a GIF of SpongeBob, which I'll have posted, obviously, like the Cap one and the other GIFs and everything else that he has said, via Twitter. So, and I'll have a link down at the bottom of the screen there for his Twitter page as well, so you can take a look and subscribe, follow him, or whatever. Go Lamar. SpongeBob, frowning and slowly smiling. So, we'll see what that means. But in other news, what might happen either via the draft, which is in 2 days, I'm going to be covering that. Tomorrow I'm going to put another video up for that too. And that would be D-Hop. Dude, those two together with Bateman and Duvernay, holy crud, dude. 4 wide receiver sets and just go. 4 and go, man. It's just, it sounds like a trade's going to be happening. I personally would trade, do something similar to the Aaron Rodgers deal that I just seen details on for the Jets, for a compensation pick that turns into a first. But certain criteria for D-Hop to have to do that and rework his contract a little bit as well, in order for that to happen. A 5th round, we would get D-Hop in a 5th round, and in my opinion, it would be a 3rd round this year, or 3rd round this year in exchange, and a 2nd round the next year, 2024 draft, with the compensation, if D-Hop does so well with us, that it becomes a first round pick for them, and we would lose out on our 1st round pick next year for that. But yeah, I think that would be a cool deal. But if he has an off year or something, or doesn't hit those certain marks that they decide upon, then he can, because he's had some injury issues in the past too. So, along with Odell, Odell more so than him, but I feel like that's a fair thing. If he plays in 80% of the games or something to to that nature, he then becomes our first round pick disappears next year. Which, sucks, but you have DeAndre Hopkins and Odell Beckham Jr. now with Bateman and Duvernay and Prochet. And that would be your wide receiver core right there. And then Lamar going, okay, well, let's go. Because then the domino effect will go into the fact if he hasn't already, if this isn't about himself signing, that is. But set that aside and say it's not. And I really think it's DeAndre Hopkins because they have been verbal that he wants to go to a team and he wants out. He does not want to be there anymore. He wants out. Gone. Bye-bye. See you later. And that happens tomorrow. I'm going to be back on here tomorrow. When I get back on here tomorrow night, hopefully I'll have some good news for you. Hopefully it's DeAndre Hopkins. But we're just getting started here, guys. That's as much as I got for you. It was kind of like a very short breakdown. Like I said, it's DeAndre Hopkins. Well, Nelson Aguilar too. Sorry. Prochet would probably be dropped at that point. I don't know. Who knows about that? But you'll have so many good guys. Nelson Aguilar, OBJ, D-Hop, Bateman. What? That receiver core. Just what? Duvernay is so underrated. Prochet is too, honestly, but that's besides the point. It's whatever. I do like him. But anyways, upcoming tomorrow night, Thursday night or Friday, I'm thinking. Friday morning. We'll do a Friday morning. It's going to be a little weird, but we're going to cover from the first round. And Wednesday tomorrow, I will have whatever news I have for you guys on draft. As far as the draft goes, I will have the first round pick for the Baltimore Ravens. Actually, all 32 teams, including the Baltimore Ravens. And then a prediction of also just the Ravens picks in general this year. So, and it will probably include the DeAndre Hopkins trade in mind that I had in mind. So that would be a extra fifth round pick and minus our third round pick this year. We still get a pick. It's just in the fifth round. You can still get good players in the fifth round. We all know that. So until next time, guys, which is tomorrow, I will see you guys later. Cobra X, out.